One of the best things about youth sports is kids being able to belong to something and be part of a team, even if it's an individual sport, being part of a group that plays that individual sport. And, having that place that's kind of theirs as opposed to coming home and putting their face in their screen and being by themselves.
And we talk about it quite often, but the lessons that not just kids, but parents can learn too from their kids playing sports, but the ability to overcome failure, to handle adversity. Kids these days have a tough time handling that. And it's like, it's okay to fail. It's okay to strike out. It's okay to miss a free throw. If anything, you want your kid to go through that so they continue to develop what we talk, one of our pillars is the grit, to be tough, to really be able to work through things. And because there's nothing better. And you can go back to when y'all played Little League, when I played Little League, like when you struggled and struggled and struggled and you finally figured it out, or you finally, made the shot, got the hit, scored the goal, like you feel like you conquered something so big. And that's the confidence that you want kids to develop. Like, okay, I haven't been very good. And then bam, you do it. And those are tools that through sports, they can learn the rest of their lives, whether it's in college with grades, jobs as they get, and then ultimately becoming parents themselves. I think that's the great thing that sports teaches you.
Dude, I think that's huge. And as a parent, you're looking for places where you can teach your kids stuff rather than just, sit down with them and tell them something at night. So to get them in sports, those lessons, those opportunities are just going to come.
Working as a team, working together to get one common goal.
Yeah. A coach doesn't treat you fairly. Hey, welcome to life. That's life.
No, absolutely. And you always look for the person that played a horrible game and their team won, yet they have a great attitude.
Yeah.
They're complimenting their teammates like that. Those are things you want to see from your kids. And if anything, as a parent, you almost be more proud sometimes when you see your kid do that than if your kids, got 3 home runs and, rah, rah, rah. To see your kid be able to come along other people and tell them great job while they're not playing great, I think that's the ultimate thing.
Yeah, that's something you, as a parent, you should be more proud of than anything. Really. You talked about just overcoming failure and dealing with failure. When in my past life at my old company, when we'd interview folks, we'd ask them, talk about a time that you failed. And we'd be really concerned if they didn't have one they could bring up, because you know that people are going to fail, and you want to see and then talk about how you overcame that, what you learned from that. How you grew from that. And man, sports is just such a great opportunity to fail and then to have to deal with it, and hopefully deal with it as with your coaches, with your team, with your family. But a lot of times just on your own, having to sit there and go, man, I've just got to figure out a way to overcome this and fight through this, whatever I'm going through. And like you said, and then to have that moment that their kid or you can overcome it, and the joy that they feel and the support they feel from their coaches, the support they feel from their teammates and the other families. I mean, there really is not a lot of places out there that you can have that happen, and that's what we love about sports in general, but especially growing up youth sports.
Yeah. Another thing I think that offers a big opportunity is if you're a parent and you love sports and your kid loves sports, and you've got a place to connect. I mean, it's a great shared passion. Now that can happen in anything. It can happen. Your wife and daughters both love theater. And so it can happen anywhere, but we always as parents are looking for places to really connect with our kids, and sports for a lot of people offers that place, and it's just so much fun.
It is. And I think another thing to parents, remember that a majority of these coaches, they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
They're giving their time to work with your kid. That's a lot of them taking time away from them spending time probably with their other kids to do this. So give them a break, right? Like, honestly, and I'm not saying this just for my sake, because I'm telling my parents that I coach to give me a break, but ultimately, like, they're out there busting their butt majority of the time with your kids to do it. So instead of getting on them, come alongside them sometimes. How can I help?
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing is when a few of the parents at some of our practices, hey, do you need help tonight? I love that. Yes, come on out to the field. I love getting them involved, getting them out there with their kids. So I think that's a great way too to get everybody involved.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. When you look at, we're talking about a lot of things, thematically that are fun about sports. But the truth is there's a ton of data that shows that being involved in youth sports or participating in youth sports for kids leads to a lot of good stuff. And we're going to put some of this stuff out on social media and put it on our website. But I'm going to read through a couple of things right now. And there's a long list of things, and there's lots of good research and lots of good studies. This one happened to be from the University of San Diego. But look, lower risk of future illness, heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes is proven to happen. Lower recorded instances of being involved with drugs. Greater development of motor skills and hand-eye coordination and strength and endurance, better development of muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, improved sleep, a lot of things mentally as well. When you look at test scores go up, cognitive abilities go up, all those things, are proven to be true of kids that are participating in youth sports. Well,
here's one that it struck a chord with me. Children who participated in youth sports between the ages of 9 to 18 were 5 to 6 times more likely to be physically active as adults. And we have a huge obesity problem in our country, in the United States. And I mean, if there's anything that should make you be more of a proponent of youth sports, it's how do we create that habit of exercise, that habit of healthiness? It happens at a young age.
And then lower stress level, lower anxiety, depression. And that's so common, right? I feel like that's for us adults. If you're outside working out sometimes, getting a lift in, like your body just feels better. Everything goes. I think same thing for kids, whether they play good or bad. The fact that they're, as you said, Brad, a few minutes ago, when you're talking about just being outdoors this weekend, like getting out there and enjoying that instead of sitting in a room, where it's dark or it's quiet, you're around other people. We say it all the time, like you were meant to do life with community.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
We talk about it all the time in our churches. You come alongside people. And so no different with our kids. They're meant to be around other kids doing other things in activity. And if done the right way, the stress level should be lower.
Yeah.
And they should, be able to have fun doing it.
Well, and that's a great point, if done the right way, because we as parents can
make that stress level
go up. And we have to be careful of that.
Anxiety pops up because of kids. So that's what, again, it's not saying don't get on your kid, don't challenge them, don't do anything like that. But at the end of the day, keep in mind what's most important.